Welcome to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Today, we'll show you how to use the spirit of love and self-worth to improve the connections with everyone else in your life. This program is your weekly gift, and it will keep on giving. You'll see. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jean Marie Farish.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I hope you're all faring well. I'm Dr. Jean Marie, your Love Light host, and we are delighted for you to join us on the Voice America Empowerment Channel, shining love light into your hearts and homes to empower your life with love. Our show today is a very special one, and part one of the Blessings of Maitreya Flow like a River with Judy Satori joining us from New Zealand. Part two, What is Happiness? Lessons from Maitreya Flow through life like a river, will broadcast April 21st. Finding ourselves is an ongoing journey of self-realization and self-discovery that ultimately leads to self-mastery. Buddha quotes, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." And self-mastery keeps us from being steered off course to flow like a river with love as our guiding force that brings freedom, peace, and happiness. Judy says, "Become as the river, winding its way across the land, finding an access point through rocky crevices and cutting deep gorges through the rocks of challenge, finally wending its way unhindered to the sea." And this is such a profound analogy of our journey through life. Judy is an ascension expert and activator of human potential, transmitter of energy words of new creation, codes of light from source, and author of Sunshine Before the Dawn. I am honored to welcome Judy Satori, joining us today from New Zealand on our show today, Part 1, The Blessings of Maitreya Flow like a River. Welcome, Judy.
Thank you very much, Jean Marie. And it was a very beautiful introduction. And I just want to say to everybody who's tuning into the show today or in the future, life can sometimes be full of challenge. And as we go into 2023, 24, 25, there's probably going to be a lot more challenge for many people. And so I feel it's really important for all of us to be, as Buddha said, equanimous with the changes that are occurring for us in our lives, because life itself is change. And as we go through life in these next 3 years, life is going to bring a lot of changes up for us. And so when we get into responses of anxiety or fear or not knowing what to do or just pure stress, it's really good to come back to the understanding of the timelessness of nature, the timelessness of our eternal souls, because this little lifetime that we're in right now is not it. This little lifetime that we're in right now as Judy or Jean Marie or whomever we are, this is just a little tiny moment in time of all of our soul's experience. And so we're here in this life to ingather wisdom. But as my spiritual guides most often say to me, you're here to be happy. We're here to be happy. We're here to enjoy. We're here to live in joy. And so when the river of life takes us through these rocky gorges of challenge that Jean Marie was speaking about, this is information from Maitreya, then we are actually being prepared for a new time in our life. The rocky gorge of challenge and this difficulties that might come up with us and for us in our lives, if we can view them as opportunities to move into a new way of acceptance, a new understanding, a new way of being, a new conceptualization of what life actually is, and to flow like the river and to not react and just be still, and to use certain tips and techniques for being in stillness and living our life with more joy, more happiness, then that's a really good thing. because we can't change necessarily what comes up at us in life, and we can't change what's out there on our planet and what might be happening in finances or in the world at large. But we can change our reaction to it, and we can be happy no matter what is going on in life. So with Jean Marie and a group of other people, I went to Ladakh in 2022. And Ladakh is a province in northern India. It's really a place of being and becoming, because when you go to this place in the high Himalayas, it's very high altitude. It's a place where we can truly, as people, commune with nature and commune with the forces of above, which is the energy that's coming from the heavens, and with the energies that are coming at us from the earth, and be still. And I think that opportunity that we all had to be still and to go through a process of change was probably one of the most important things of this journey. But the journey was 14 days, and it was a process of initiation. And really, if you look at the word initiation, it's all about preparation. So we were guided on that journey by Lord Maitreya. And Maitreya is known as the future Buddha. Maitreya is not on the earth at this time. Maitreya is a being who is said to reside in a place called Tushita Heaven. And Tushita Heaven is all about happiness. It's a place of joy. And so Maitreya really came through me as the spiritual channel, but also came to everybody on this journey to help them break free of old paradigms of thought and belief, so that all of us might change our lives and move into the most joyful and happiest futures for ourselves, and futures that are aligned with our soul's perspective and our soul's journey, because it's the timeless journey of the soul that we're really on. The fact that we're in a human body for 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years is only a little tiny fraction of time on that eternal soul journey. And as I said earlier, we've come into this life to experience, to gain wisdom, but we've come into life to actually be grounded in being happy. That's our true purpose. No matter what we might do in life in terms of success or earning money or that sort of thing, our true purpose is to love, to experience beauty, to experience joy, and to be the true, authentic soul lights that we are and are meant to be, and really are and have been through all of these many lifetimes that we have experienced. So when we went on this journey to this place called Ladakh, which is the place of the high mountain passes in province in northern India, we went through 4 processes. We went through a process of the water, which is like washing away which does not serve. The fire, when I brought through energies of firing us into new perspectives, into new understandings, and helping us transform into the most expanded future version of ourselves, the best possible selves that we could possibly be as people, as human people. And then we consolidated that energy in a beautiful Shangri-La place called the Nubra Valley, which is a place of beautiful vegetation, because we went to Ladakh in the summer, of very tall sunflowers and tall towering mountains and green valleys and gentle streams. And then we crossed the high mountain pass back again to Leh, which is the major town of Ladakh, and we went through a process of air, like becoming enlightened, lifting ourselves up from who we have been to become who we want to be, who we know ourselves to be, but maybe in the past haven't quite got to be, and gain the insights from the spirit, from Maitreya and others of the spiritual hierarchy. And when I talk about the spiritual hierarchy, that it's not really such a highfalutin word. It just means those of love and light who are not in physical human bodies at this time, but surround us on the earth with their love and their light and their more compassionate, more enlightened understanding of what life is. And so we went through 4 processes, like a sacred cycle of water, fire, earth, and air, to connect to the very best futures that we had as people. And I know that Jean Marie, you were on this trip, and you've written a blog about it, I know, and you've spoken about how it was for you. And you wrote some words about surrendering to what you do not know, and trusting that the river of life will take you where it's meant to take you. And I think that's the key thing, that process of surrender. You know, we did a show a year or two ago about the power of surrender, but it's really the process of surrender, of not attaching to what we think life should be, but allowing the river of life, which is really a metaphor for the universe, to take us where we are meant to go as a timeless, eternal soul. How was it for you, Jean, when you came back from that journey, which was a journey of preparation for your new chapter in your new life? And at this time of recording, we've been back from this journey about 8 months. How's it been?
Well, this journey really, for me, was transformational, truly a spiritual journey. And for me, it enabled me to really and truly connect with my inner self. You encourage solitude, silence, to go inward. And for me, the opportunity in this land of peace and the majestic mountains and hearing the voice of spirit speak. And I remember once you told us, okay, I want you to be quiet and just listen and hear what the wisdom and the spirits want to say to you. And it was so profound for me because I received such enlightening messages about surrender and flowing and being in tune with nature and really listening to my inner self. Before I went on this journey, I struggle with the need to control, with high expectations and outcomes for myself and others that resulted in disappointment, and it required excessive energy. I drifted into the past, more preoccupied with the future, and by being in Ladakh with the peace and tranquility, I really, truly connected with myself. I'm more calm, content, more relaxed, less critical of myself, less judgmental of others. And I am finding that happiness and peace that we all seek.
That's really wonderful to hear, because I know Maitreya wrote or spoke some words to me, which I wrote down, and it was in a little handbook that I gave out to everybody. And Maitreya said this about the future. Maitreya said, "Your future is not to see in advance. It is to be experienced. Take each day as it comes. At dawn, appreciate the rays of the first glimpse of the sun. Hold your arms out in gratitude that beauty and light always surrounds you, and that you are now set free from the realm of human anxiety and fear. This is not your destiny." And it's sort of really interesting to me, because it is not, when we get into states of anxiety and fear, it's mainly because of something that's happened in our past, in our childhood, or if you believe in past lives, which I do, in one of the probably hundreds or thousands of past lives that we've had. Because every time we have a traumatic, so-called negative experience, it builds an emotional energy charge in us, in our energy fields and in the cells of our body and in our mind. And when something comes up in life, which is increasingly happening for people as we go through the changes that we're experiencing on planet Earth right now, it triggers the same reaction that we may have had at some other time in some other place. We're not even conscious of what this is or how it affects us. We just feel these really nasty, unpleasant emotions and feelings in the body. And a lot of my work with people in the past has been, through my Ascension Library, has been about making energy recordings which work a bit like homeopathy to cancel out the distorted energy trauma, emotional glitch bits, the vibrational energies that are playing. It's like pressing play on an old-fashioned tape machine and being re-triggered into feeling exactly the same emotions and the feelings in the body as we may have in childhood or in some other past time. So, like what you said, Jean, I think was really important, because we can't often, it's really hard to flow like the river unless you can get into a place of stillness. Like, would you agree?
Yes.
You have to be in a place of stillness to be able to flow like the river, because the river that flows through Ladakh is the mighty Indus River, and the Indus rises in, its sources in Tibet, and then it flows through Ladakh, this province in northern India, through Pakistan, through Kashmir, through the Punjab of India, and it's a lifeblood for the people. They drink the water, and the water is, of course, really necessary for agriculture and to grow crops. And the lifeblood is that river. So if we can be still, we can actually immerse ourselves. We get out of the static energy of the fear and anxiety, distortion in our mind, and we actually connect to that sacred soul place of who we authentically are within our being more easily. And then the problems of life, not only do they resolve more quickly, because if we are coming from a place of anxiety, if we're feeling anxiety and stress and this is ongoing, that stress energy will attract more stress energy to itself, you see. So we attract more traumatic and so-called negative experiences to us if we can't get out of that mindset after, a few hours or a day or two. It's like we are needing to get into that place of stillness. And like you said, Jean, being in nature is one really profound way to do this. So when we were in Ladakh, we went to this place of nature that I mentioned called the Nubra Valley, which can only be got to by going over a very high mountain pass, which is one of the highest drivable mountain passes in the world. And really it was symbolic for all of us on the journey of going over the high mountain passes inside of ourselves emotionally to get to the other side. Because these emotions of anxiety, of fear, of stress, whatever the emotion that might be coming up for all of you who are listening in response to challenging experiences in life, these emotions are not real. They're just an old part of your physical and soul response, karmic response to situation. Everybody responds differently. It's awfully uncomfortable though. So what I want to do, I think, before we just end this segment here, is just bring some energy through as we fade out now, please.
We're ready for a brief commercial break, so don't go away. We'll be right back with more on the Blessings of Maitreya Flow like a river with our enlightening guest, Judy Satori, joining us from New Zealand, ascension expert and activator of human potential, transmitter of energy words of new creation, codes of light from source, and author of Sunshine Before the Dawn. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with meditations and transmissions with Judy Satori.
Announcing Dr. Jean Marie Farish's new book, Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations. This is the companion piece to Dr. Farish's best-selling book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being. Through the new book, we invite you to cultivate a lifestyle of love through daily devotional practices over a 21-day period, following 9 ingredients in the recipe of love. Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations is available on Amazon.com and Balboa Press.
Jean Marie Farish's Center for Conscious Loving, LLC, cultivates a lifestyle of love and wholehearted connections through personal growth, altruistic services, and speaking engagements. Resources include classes, workshops, life care coaching, and creative service projects with an emphasis on cultural arts. Visit the website at drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. That's drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. Or click the link on the Love Light show page.
Best-selling Authors International news honors best-selling authors around the globe. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is featured in the newly released issue of Published Magazine. To have first access to this treasured resource, go to publishedmagazine.com. Vicki Winterton and Dr. Jean Marie Farish have compiled a dynamic book, We're All in This Together, Embrace One Another, an anthology with 24 highly diverse co-authors who share how to spread the message of love, resilience, inclusivity, and compassion. This book is an invaluable source of uplifting, inspiring, and positive insights for spreading positivity in the world. We're All in This Together. Embrace One Another is available on Amazon.com. Be sure to get your copy today. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is proud to announce the release of her new book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being, available now at Balboa Press. This book will help you master your life and flourish in love. You'll learn how to become a better and more evolved you. Feel good by making life-affirming choices. Deepen your feelings and expressions of love. Tune in love and sustain the change. And flourish in love and find your joy. Visit BalboaPress.com and search for Living in the Spirit of Love and enjoy Dr. Farish's new book today.
I'm Judy Satori. I'm a spiritual channel and activator of human potential. You might have heard me speaking on the Voice of America on Dr. Jean Farish's show, Love Light, because I've been speaking about the challenges that are besetting all of us right now and how we can surrender but also keep on going. I want to invite you to join my new Facebook group that is devoted to heart-centered connection and unity. Through this Facebook group, you can also join my free access question and answer session with Spirit on the first Wednesday to Thursday of every month. Just search Ascension Community on Facebook to join the group. In this session, I answer questions and transmit energy from Spirit to give you guidance and support. Because life on planet Earth ain't easy right now. And there is so much help from above, from beings of love and light, from multidimensional realities who are actually here with us, wanting to step up and support us. I welcome you to become part of our ongoing group conversation about evolutionary change and how it's affecting us as human beings and affecting our life today. Many blessings to you. You can find out more about me and my work at www.ascensionlibrary.org. Have a wonderful day.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You are tuned in to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Feel free to connect with our program through email or check out our links on Facebook. Reach Jean at Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. That's Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. And now, back to Love Light.
Welcome back to Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love. If you're just tuning in, we are with our amazing and enlightening guest, Judy Satori, joining us today from New Zealand. She's an ascension expert and activator of human potential, transmitter of energy, words of new creation, codes of light from source, and author of Sunshine Before the Dawn. On our special show today, Part 1, The Blessings of Maitreya Flow Like a River.
Yes.
Judy,
Hello.
if you were taking us through a transmission, would you like to kind of share more about it? Or I know in this segment you're going to do meditations and transmissions, so take it away.
Yes, what I wanted to do in that last segment was end off with some very special words. And those words, those three words are Maitreya, 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 which means in the spiritual language that I speak, you are loved, you are blessed, and so it is. You know, in the hurly-burly of life, we sometimes don't realize that there are beings of light and love who are around us all the time. We all have our own personal guides. And when you're having a really challenging time, prayer or just speaking to those loving light beings around you, around us all, is very important. Just to ask for what you want to receive, to sincerely ask and to expect with gratitude that what you're asking for is already given. You know, that's in the Bible, really. But we're not really talking about any kind of religion here. We're just talking about the timelessness of all that is and the essential truths that are from Source and that we understand about the universe and about life itself. So what I feel to do now and want to do with some of these, with Lord Maitreya and others of the spiritual hierarchy, is to bring through meditation and energy transmissions that will help you to connect within your own being to this timelessness of all life and to the oneness of all creation. Because when we connect to the oneness, it's like being still, and we're able to flow with the challenges of what the river of life is bringing up for us so much more easily. So I speak these rather strange-sounding words. These words are actually energy words from Source, God, all that is, of new creation. So they're designed to weed the garden of the mind, to clear this discordant energy from the body, and to open us into the more expanded truth and authenticity of who we really are, not the problem being, not the person who's having problems and challenges on the earth. It's about flowing like the river. And so this is about weeding the garden of body, mind, and spirit so that we can flow more easily and we can just be happy and be in a place of joy and love and peace, which is our birthright, which is how we're meant to be living our lives. So if you just put your hands crossed over your heart chakra in the center of the chest, I'm just going to speak these words and you just see how you feel as a result. Just be. Makola klisha de sada betagoli sada sabatagodia. Akoda kisa de sabatagolisha sabatagodia. Akotikia. 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 Akota consepiti shlok sabatagolisha sabatagodia. Akota consepiti shlok sabatagolisha sabatagodia. Akisikia. 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 On our journey in the dark, and we're about 36 of us, Lord Maitreya was with us all the time. But right now, Lord Maitreya, this future Buddha who's helping to guide you also into your most expanded and most joyful future, is with you. So if you just speak quietly what you want to bring into your life, what you want to release of the challenges that you feel are sabotaging you and holding you back in life, just speak them quietly and have no doubt that Lord Maitreya and others of the spiritual hierarchy, beautiful beings of light and love that are around you, they're listening. They hear you. They hear you now. Just speak quietly while I say my words, which will help clear the way for the new. Akata klisa de sabatogoja de sabatogoda klisa de sabatogoja de kasa. Moka sika saka 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 sabatokslon of the key. Asasasa. 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 It's interesting that word sa, because sa actually means your ascended self. It means your expanded self, the true, authentic soul self that you are, and not the personality self in this particular lifetime. So this energy is helping you, even though you're not going to leave this body in this particular lifetime. It's helping all of us, everybody who's listening, become more expanded in thought and perception, so that we don't react so strongly to what is going on around us in the world or in our personal lives. Just be like the river. Akadak lisa de sauda kishla kazabadugolista kazabadugoli sakadia. Akada kisa de kishla kazabadugoli satia. Akata kalisa de strasa kazakazabadugola saki. Akadia. Akadia salistana vela kazatakazatakazia. Akati kastia kazatu stotsa kazakashti. Akati siajistaka. Maitreya says to you, be happy. Be happy. To thine own self be true. Which means really get to know yourself. Take time to be still. Take time to be alone. Take time to really tune into what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what floats your boat really in life, what you love to do. And bring more of those things into life. Because life is really short. You know, we never know when our time in this body is up. And we need to seize the day and live each day as it comes with as much happiness and joy as we can possibly have, possibly express. And just allow this river, which is timeless. You know, when we leave this body, the Indus River is still going to be flowing through from Ladakh, from Kashmir, through all the way from Tibet through to India, to the Punjab. Nature is timeless and eternal, and it's ever present on the earth. It doesn't really change that much. But what we can take from this timelessness, this metaphor of the river, is the importance of actually being still, of trusting the process of change that we're going through. And when challenges come up in our lives, of really understanding that the emotions that we feel are not us. They're only an old aspect of us being triggered to come up, to be experienced again, but then to be loved out of existence, to be really, if we really allow ourselves to feel these emotions more strongly, then they tend to dissolve like a paper tiger, and we get into the true strength of who we are. And then when you're in your heart-centered strength, you can take action to change things so that challenges don't come up in the way that they might have in the past. It's like change is about taking charge of life, but we can't take charge of our lives until we relax and allow the river to just take us where it needs to take us. And we just surrender to floating in that river and not, as you said, Jean, being stressed out about where we're going necessarily. Because we don't know where the future, where that river's taking us. And it might be even more magnificent and more incredible than we have ever imagined it could be. But you can't get to that magnificence and that beauty and that happiness and joy in life unless we can just allow the river of life to take us there and we can flow in it. So this energy now is to open the heart to that understanding of surrender, of just being in that place, of just knowing that all is well and that all will be well and that life is eternal. And if you're having a rough road and if the river is going through some rapids in your life at this time, and it's really churning white water, then you're going to get through these rapids and you're going to get to the still, calm, flowing river again. Because life is all about change, and everything in life changes. And life can change really quickly. So just be with this energy now. This is just pure love. Akosiki sakasakosiki. Akosiki. 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 Love is the key and the way. And when we connect into that love, particularly love of ourselves, and stop giving ourselves a hard time when we come up against the rocks of challenge, it makes it so much easier to just flow in this beautiful river of life and let it take us where it's meant to take us. Because there is a destiny plan for every person's life. There's a map, basically. And when we're in a place of love and peace and we're happy and we're enjoying what we're doing, we're aligned with that template, that destiny plan for our life. When we get out of sync with ourselves and we feel we're not making it, we're not getting there, we're anxious, we're upset, we can go off course. So getting back into that stillness and that peace and just flowing, like the Buddha said, with equanimity, flowing with that river, then life can take us on a different course, and that river can take us where it's meant to take us. Some of the things that we can do to help our lives flow like the river is to simplify our lives, to cut back to the key essence of what is important for us, to ask ourselves, who am I? And what do I truly wish to create in my life? And then make a plan. Do it. And when the doubts and fears come up, which they assuredly will, because when we go through change, there's always those old aspects of us that want to stop us from moving forward. So those old aspects of stress or anxiety or doubting the self or not knowing what to do, they're always going to come up. But if we really steer them down, if we feel into this anxiety and feel into this fear, and we don't allow these emotions to cripple us and sabotage us and prevent us from taking the small action steps that we need to take to get to the next piece of where we want our life to go. If we can override these emotions, then the river will assuredly take us to this calm new place, this new land. So when we were crossing the high passes in Ladakh, it was symbolic of going over these mountains of challenge and coming to the place of peace. This energy now is about peace. It's about helping you to find your way with peace and love and beauty. Let's just be with this energy now. Kojalakia. Kojalakia. Kojalakia zalakishlakazam lakodis Akata kalisa te shlana malakodis abadakodisia. Akata kalisha te sabadakolakisa te here. Akasia. 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 Akata kalisha te sabadakolakalisha te sabadakodi. Akatakia. Akatikia. Akatikia. You can do it. You can change your life in exactly the way you want to create, because we are creators. The first step is knowing yourself well and what you want to create. And then not allowing the thoughts and the fears and the anxieties to keep you stuck and to block you. Because you are magnificent. In many of the past lives that you've had, even though you might have forgotten them now, you've done incredible things. And you can do incredible things today in this life. You're not someone else's impression of you. You're not who someone else thinks you are and labels you as. You're not your job. You're not your family. You're not where you live or how you might have started out in life. You're a timeless, beautiful soul with incredible potential. And even though there might be challenge and change out there on this planet in the years ahead. All of us can find joy and happiness, even in the small things, and we can create with great strength the new chapter that is ahead of us, not just for ourselves individually, but for every person on this planet and for the society, the planetary society in which we live. Just be like the river. Mishtir kosala kishra kasako. Akase lishtasa patakodisa lakishtasa patakoya. Akase kisa texapatakola kishtasa patakodisa lakishtana matakia. Matia, Matia, Matia. Matia, Matia, Matia. Matia, Matia, Matia. Which means, as I said earlier, you are loved, you are blessed, and so it is. And never forget it. You're not alone.
Judy, that was so beautiful. Thank you for the empowering transmissions and sharing those tools to relax in the truth of who we really are, to be calm and still, accept what is, and trust that life will take us just where we need to be, and really to create from a place of love. We're ready for a brief commercial break. And we're going to have more self-reflection when we come back in the third segment. So let's take a quick commercial break and stay tuned for more on the Blessings of Maitreya Flow Like the River with our enlightening guest, Judy Satori, joining us today from New Zealand, ascension expert and activator of human potential, transmitter of energy words of new creation, codes of light from source, and author of Sunshine Before the Dawn. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Vicki Winterton and Dr. Jean Marie Farish have compiled a dynamic book, We're All in This Together, Embrace One Another, an anthology with 24 highly diverse co-authors who share how to spread the message of love, resilience, inclusivity, and compassion. This book is an invaluable source of uplifting, inspiring, and positive insights for spreading positivity in the world. We're All in This Together. Embrace One Another is available on Amazon.com. Be sure to get your copy today.
I'm Judy Satori. I'm a spiritual channel and activator of human potential. You might have heard me speaking on Voice of America on Dr. Jean Farish's show, Love Light, because I've been speaking about the challenges that are besetting all of us right now and how we can surrender but also keep on going. I want to invite you to join my new Facebook group that is devoted to heart-centered connection and unity. Through this Facebook group, you can also join my free access question and answer session with Spirit on the first Wednesday to Thursday of every month. Just search Ascension Community on Facebook to join the group. In this session, I answer questions and transmit energy from Spirit to give you guidance and support. Because life on planet Earth ain't easy right now, and there is so much help from above, from beings of love and light, from multidimensional realities who are actually here with us, wanting to step up and support us. I welcome you to become part of our ongoing group conversation about evolutionary change and how it's affecting us as human beings and affecting our life today. Many blessings to you. You can find out more about me and my work at www.ascensionlibrary.org. Have a wonderful day.
Dr. Jean Marie Farish is proud to announce the release of her new book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being, available now at Balboa Press. This book will help you master your life and flourish in love. You'll learn how to become a better and more evolved you. Feel good by making life-affirming choices. Deepen your feelings and expressions of love. Tune in love and sustain the change. And flourish in love and find your joy. Visit BalboaPress.com and search for Living in the Spirit of Love and enjoy Dr. Farish's new book today. Announcing Dr. Jean Marie Farish's new book, Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations. This is the companion piece to Dr. Farish's best-selling book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being. Through the new book, we invite you to cultivate a lifestyle of love through daily devotional practices over a 21-day period, following 9 ingredients in the recipe of love. Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations is available on Amazon.com and Balboa Press. Best-selling Authors International news honors best-selling authors around the globe. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is featured in the newly released issue of Published Magazine. To have first access to this treasured resource, go to PublishedMagazine.com.
Jean Marie Farish's Center for Conscious Loving, LLC, cultivates a lifestyle of love and wholehearted connections through personal growth, altruistic services, and speaking engagements. Resources include classes, workshops, life care coaching, and creative service projects with an emphasis on cultural arts. Visit the website at drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. That's drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. Or click the link on the Love Light show page.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You are tuned in to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Feel free to connect with our program through email or check out our links on Facebook. Reach Jean at Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. That's Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. And now, back to Love Light.
Welcome back to Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love. And we are with our enlightening guest, Judy Satori, today, joining us from New Zealand, an ascension expert, activator of human potential, transmitter of energy words of new creation, codes of light from source, and author of Sunshine Before the Dawn. On our show today, the Blessings of Maitreya Flow like the river. And Judy, thank you so much for that empowering meditation and transmissions to get us on track and to flow like the river. So in this segment, we're going to talk more about some self-reflection techniques and learning more about being true to ourselves and flowing with life.
Yes. I think, it's quite challenging as human people to be happy and, light and happy all the time. Of course we're not. But every time we deliberately focus on the energies of beauty, love, joy, and light, and deliberately create those energy vibrations in our mind, in our emotions, and in our energy fields, then we vibrate. We change the vibration, the frequency of our own body, of our mind, and we attract differently, you see, because what we are vibrationally is what we attract into our reality. So what I do, and I suggest other people do a lot, is just make a time each day to sit for 11 minutes or even 22 minutes in meditation. Just be and deliberately focus on creating a feeling of beauty, and then a feeling of love, and then a feeling of joy, and a feeling of light, so that you're training your mind to think and feel these emotions rather than the emotions of anxiety and fear. And it's the repetitive nature. It's doing this every day, even if it's only for 11 minutes, of feeling love, feeling beauty until it's absolutely vibrating through you. And then you'll find it's really interestingly that life seems to change, and how you feel, your state will change. And it's also a good idea to move. When we actually move our bodies, our energy state changes, and we don't get so enmeshed in the anxiety feelings and the challenges of life. So it's a good idea to walk, to have a routine of exercise, to dance, to do whatever it is to get your body moving in the morning, so that you're not staying in that lower vibrational state of fear, anxiety, stress, not feeling well, you see. if you can get your body moving and your mind connected into love, light, truth, peace, all those high vibrational, more expanded vibrational states of being, then everything about you and your life will change. It's magical, really, but it's really only energy law. It's universal law, and it follows like that. And then the next thing I suggest is spend time with yourself in nature or wherever it makes you feel happy, and connect with your authentic heart self by putting your hand on your heart chakra and maybe your left hand on your solar plexus, which is to do with the core star or the core soul's energy, and ask your heart and your soul what it needs for you, the personality self, the Judy self, to be happy in life. And what I feel is a good plan, and I do myself, is to keep a diary, to have a little day book that you write in every day. So every day for 21 days, because 21 is a cycle of creation, just write a half a page or so about what your heart and soul is telling you that will make you, the personality, the Judy person, happy and well and strong and thriving and flourishing in life. Have a dialogue with your heart and your soul, because they're our best friends, really. That authentic place within us, that's our best friend, and that is the consulting counsellor that we need to go to discover what we most need to do to change ourselves and our lives. Go within, go within, go within. It's very important. And I always find when I declutter my space, when I make the place around me, my environment, beautiful, when I bring flowers into the room, when I focus on simplicity and not having a big mess everywhere, I feel better. And then life, the river of life, can flow more easily too, because it is in that place of stillness and simplicity of life that the changes can also happen more easily. And as I said, don't identify with those emotions of fear and anxiety when they come up. Ask the anxiety deliberately. If you feel anxious, put your hand on your body where that anxiety feels to you to be worst, and ask that anxiety like you're speaking to another person. Say, anxiety, why are you there? What are you trying to show me? Because often these emotions which we don't like and which feel really unpleasant to us are there from some old time in our past, in this life or past lives, and they're there to keep us safe. But we don't want to be locked into that old energy anymore. We want to go beyond it. We want the river of our new life to take us to this absolutely expansive place of happiness and beauty and joy. So ask the anxiety what it can tell you, what it has to tell you. Ask the fear what it has to tell you. But take action anyway. Don't let those emotions, those energies in motion, sabotage you or limit you in what you want to achieve in life. Just get into that river, the life's river, and allow yourself to flow to the sea. And then you'll see with more clarity a much more expanded perception of yourself, who you want to be and who you actually can be. Remember, your future is not your past. So this time for self-reflection, of creating an absolute time of reset between the old, which is all of your past life in this lifetime, and your new, which is the years ahead in this lifetime. Take a time out. Take time to actually be still and to listen to what makes you happy, what brings you joy, how you experience beauty, what you want around you to make you feel good. Are you in the right relationships? Do the relationships serve you in your life? Do the people in your life bring you happiness? Do you need to change your job or your career because it bogs you down into feelings that you don't like and don't nourish you and don't feed you? There's always a solution to every challenge and every problem in life. And other people, reach out to other people, because other people can often help us find the solutions. But we have to reach out. We have to take action. And we have to just allow the river to take us where we want to go, where we need to go, and not sabotage and strike out for the bank and tread water and procrastinate and become fearful. Because everything out there on planet Earth is changing, and it will continue to change, because this ascension cycle that we're in metaphysically and spiritually, which began around the year 2020 strongly and is going to continue till around the year 2033 strongly, is taking us through massive and absolute change. And so our anchor point is that still point within ourselves. That's what I really want to bring through and say to everybody today, Jean Marie.
That is beautiful. And to thine own self be true. You're showing us how to be with ourselves in a different way, to get to know ourselves on a different level. And I love those techniques and strategies to create beauty. Look for something beautiful. Simplify. Engage in self-introspection and self-reflection. Journal. Move your body and be in nature. So profound. Bringing us to a point of joy and love and light that we all aspire for. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think surrounding ourselves, creating beauty in our day, seizing the day.
Yes.
Doing something that makes us happy every day, because life's too short to be working all the time on stuff that we might not want to do. If your work is passionate for you, and if you feel passion in your work and excitement in your work, then it's feeding you. But if your work is just to survive and pay the bills, maybe there's another kind of work that you could do that would bring you joy.
Yes. Do what you love and what feels good, what feels right. That's so profound, because we get stuck in, just the daily ritual and looking at, feeling unworthiness, what I don't have, being in lack. So you're showing us how to shift and move to a higher level. Judy, can you tell us more about your Ascension Library so that listeners can connect?
Yes, thank you, Jean Marie. So my Ascension Library, which is www.ascension library, ASCENSION library, LIBRARY.org, is a collection of hundreds of audio recordings and videos and programs that I've created over particularly the last 10 years. And all these programs in the library, there's programs like Beautiful, there's Physical Regeneration, there is Opening the Heart. There are a number of different pathways for different interests and different aspects of improving ourselves as people and living lives of greater joy and happiness, and manifestation, and just living life in a fuller, more expansive way. So you could go to that URL, ascensionlibrary.org, and check out the many programs that are there and all about the library. And the Blessings of Maitreya tour that Jean Marie and others went on with me in 2022, I'm actually creating, I think, Jean, a series of podcasts for this, and that will be at my website, which is www.judysatori.com, which is JUDYS for Sally, ATORI.com. Probably around, I would say, about May in 2023. Oh. So that program and that series of spiritual initiations and energy transformations that I actually did with the people in Ladakh will be available to listen to just at home and go through, just as if you went to Ladakh with me.
Oh,
you could go through that same energy shift that you were talking about, Jean Marie.
Yes.
Really, you said you felt different since you came back from Ladakh.
Yes, and we invite our listeners to tune back in for part 2. What is happiness? Lessons from Maitreya flow through life like a river, that will broadcast April 21st. We are so grateful to you, Judy, for being here today, and I'm just delighted to have been part of that fantastic journey to Ladakh that was really life-changing. And those articles that I wrote, why you must learn to flow like the river and flourish in life, and how outward journeys enrich our inward being, that's available on Savannah East. And I'd like to thank the Voice America team for making this show a reality and for shining their love light around the world. And I close with, again, Judy's quote, become as the river winding its way across the land, finding an access point through crevices and cutting deep gorges through the rocks of challenge, finally wending its way unhindered to the sea. Flow with life. Thank you so much, Judy. And I'm Dr. Jean Marie, your Love Light host, coming to you from Voice America. And until we meet again, remember, an empowered self is a loving self. And keep your love light shining. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to Love Light this week. Be sure to join Dr. Jean Marie Farish again for another program next Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time and noon Eastern Time on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a wonderful week filled with love, self-worth, and better connections.